Thank you very much. Well, I want to see myself as a Nigerian, but if I have to have a local government, that local government is in Adamawa State. But nonetheless,
Oh, okay.
Um, uh, and I think there are practical steps, bold practical steps, very confident steps taken by this administration in the sense of the formation of the out-of-school commission and the appointment of an executive secretary to deal with that. And a lot of progress have also been made in terms of identification, relocation of some of these children, as well as the integration of the Sangaya school system alongside Western education. These are practical steps. But yes, we're talking about out-of-school children. We need to go to the basis. Why are these children out of school? Why are they roaming the streets? Children do not fall from heaven. They don't come out of trees. They have parents. What exactly is happening at that level? We need to drill down and find out exactly what is happening. If you do that, you discover that, yes, the social structure in the country, for instance, have no regulation in terms of number of children one can have. And parental responsibility, therefore, has not been very, very effective in terms of managing these children, keeping them under the shade of their parents. So the tendency here is for people to have children without commensurate parental responsibilities and obligations. Therefore, that is the loose end. That is the loose end. And therefore, we actually need to look at that level. Look, every parent must take responsibility of the child they have brought to this world. That is basic. That is basic. And if it requires some level of enforcement, I think an attempt should be made to enforce that. Number one. Number two, the responsibility again is about the issue of educational system. The educational system should make it in such a way that every school-going child must be in school, whether the parents can afford or cannot afford. And I do believe that we have resources in this country at that primary school level to offer free education. Now, the other aspect that we need to look at, for instance, it's been experimented some few years back, and I have this empirical evidence that once the school feeding system was introduced, a number of school-going children who were not in school before found themselves going to that school simply because of the availability of meals. So it is that issue of lack of adequate feeding at home drive children away to wander to look for what to eat. Now that the school feeding system was introduced, those age-going school children who are not in formally enrolled school found themselves going to school because of that attraction. The incentive was there. So, and I do believe that that is one net that probably, if you restore the school feeding system, you also have the tendency of fishing out a lot of those wandering children to go to school, and therefore they can be enrolled, whether they come from that local government or whether they come from those cities or not. So I do believe that we have enough resources, and with the recent commission introduced by Mr. President, an appointment of a leadership, and that commission is doing wonderful things to take these children away from the streets and take them to school. Now, I do know that, and I've read it, and that's subject for confirmation. Some of the children that were taken out of the system were handed over to their local governments. Now, assuming somebody comes from Sokoto, from Zamfara, in Kaduna and Abuja, without any known home, sleeping on the streets, no definite meal, no definite place, no reference point, no address, these children should be returned to their homes of origin. Because apparently there's a serious social dislocation. A child from Sokoto, from Zamfara, from Adamawa, from Borno, found in another part of the country with no good parental care, with with no next of kin near him, an adult to take care of him, is very, very vulnerable. And that's a breeding ground for crisis, for crime, etc., etc. So that's my take on that.